Hey, welcome. In this video we're going to look at give a first look at the CodeCatalyst blueprints. That is the new functionality that has been announced in at reInvent 2023, and I believe that this custom blueprints functionality that CodeCatalyst gets is going to really change the way that we interact with CodeCatalyst, especially in an enterprise use case. So let's get started. So the way that you can access blueprints, the blueprints are currently available on the enterprise tier only. So if you look at the pricing page, you will see that these custom blueprints are not included in the free or in the standard version. You will need to upgrade to the enterprise tier to access the blueprints. I'm pretty lucky because the CodeCatalyst team has enabled the blueprints for me to in one of our spaces. So as you know, I'm an AWS hero, and in that space that we have for the heroes, we have the blueprints enabled to be able to give it a try and give you a very honest feedback on how this actually works. So how do you access them? You go to the space settings today, and over there you will now have a new icon over here which is called blueprints. If you look at this in a different space, so let me just quickly show that to you. If I go to a space that does not have this thing enabled, you will see in the settings that the blueprints shows you need to change to an enterprise tier. As I said, I'm fortunate to be able to try this out and also to talk to you about how this actually works. So if you don't have the enterprise tier enabled on your CodeCatalyst space, then this is your chance to see how this actually looks. So let's get started and let's create our own blueprint. And this is going to be pretty interesting because the blueprints under the hood use the same functionality as setting up a blueprint by your own or as setting up a project by your own. So let's call this a demo blueprint. And we will change the name. And we're going to start with an empty application, and the author name is going to be AWS Heroes. Well, and then I can add some tags to this one as well. So let's go with TypeScript, and let's go with sample app. The package name, I'm just going to leave it to be BP for demo. And once I click over here and create the blueprint, what is going to happen is that in the background, CodeCatalyst is going to set up a project for us. So yes, it is a project in the same way that you would be setting up a project. It just has a small different marker that actually shows you that this is a blueprint project. This also gives this project the possibility to later publish a blueprint. So let's go back to how does this look like. So as you can see over here, back in the settings, we see the space blueprints were 5. If I now reload this, it should be still 5, right? Why? Because the project has been set up, as you can see over here with the standard setup. The project does have some workflows. It also has the blueprint release workflow, but this is still in progress, which is why CodeCatalyst right now does not really know about the blueprint yet. So the moment that this initial workflow finishes, now it's going to publish a blueprint, which is a new action that has been added as part of this release as well. And the moment that this step finishes, I'm going to be able to see my space blueprint over here as well. Now, workflow finishes, blueprint is going to be available over here. That does not make the blueprint available to your end users yet. You will need to add that blueprint to your catalog, blueprint catalog, before you can actually use that. So let me just quickly show you what that means. If I go to my hero space, and if I create a project with the new functionality, now I can start with the blueprint and then select the space blueprints. As I just mentioned, our new blueprint that we just created is not yet available over here, but there are a few that I have already created before. You can see the tags over here that I added, and I will go back to this in a minute when our workflow has been finished. So let's give it some time and I'll be right back. Okay, now the blueprint publish has finished. So this is, as I said, the initial workflow that will actually publish the blueprint every time that you push something to the main branch for the blueprint project. We will now be able to see the blueprint over here in the blueprints within the settings. So we can now see the BP for demo over here. And clicking on it will actually give us the details around the project and the versions, and also the projects that are using this blueprint, which obviously is none. Description is pretty simple over here, but now if we try to create a project in this space, we are still not able to see this blueprint, right? So let's have a look over here. We can see it's still not there. If I now want to make this available, and this is pretty cool, I can now go over here and say add blueprint to catalog or make catalog version, right? And this will now put this version of the project of the blueprint into the catalog. And now I will also be able to actually see this over here. Now I can start building a project based on this blueprint, which is going to be pretty boring, right? But I'm going to dive deep on different other options that you have over here, and setting and, well, deciding about the blueprint. This is a pretty basic example over here, right? So let's just leave this first video at about blueprints where we are on how do you get your blueprint set up, how do you add that blueprint then to a catalog so you can actually build a project from it, and then yeah, let's dive deeper into how to build blueprints in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, and yeah, see you back soon.